Wrecked Feminist Videos presents Feminist Fails Compilation Volume 420. Don't forget to subscribe for more.
Wow.
And I am the president of my school's feminism club. Yes, the feminism club. I imagine that there's a mixture of opinion in the audience. Some guys might be thinking that I'm a genius. I surround myself with girls on a daily basis. Other guys, though, might be thinking that I'm definitely gay as a result of this. Some people might be thinking, there's no way I'm a feminist because I'm not an angry woman. And others might be thinking, I have no idea what I'm talking about. The fact is, I've received all of these complaints to me or about me ever since I joined my club, Her Story, 2 years ago. So, even on my first day, a guy gave me this smirk and nodded his head like he thought I had some crazy ulterior motives. And so, there we go. And if it's not proof enough that feminism is a powerful word, I'll direct you to a picture of a poster that my club hung up in the school. And simply because of the word feminism, we received a complaint that it was deemed offensive to him. It's a powerful word, and how I define it is being an advocate for the rights of all genders, politically, economically, socially, and culturally. So I want to share a bit today about my experience being in charge of Her Story, getting men involved in feminism.
Shut the fuck up!
Lots, celebrities included, saying, actually, I don't want to be described as a feminist. I see that as divisive. Okay.
Well, feminism, like any other ism, like Marxism or liberalism, has to be taken as a political movement. So it isn't the case that if you believe in equality between men and women, you're automatically a feminist. You have to look at their policies and who their leaders are. And at the moment, I think it's one of the most divisive and exclusionary groups out there. Just look at feminism in London, a big conference being held in London in a few weeks' time. They have no platform, some very serious feminist thinkers, because they don't fit into a very specific mold of feminism, perhaps because they distinguish between women and transgender people, or because they are pro-pornography. Lots of different reasons, but they don't actually want to bring these women together to discuss women's issues. They want to exclude them, and they only want to have a very specific platform that the most women, truly most women, just can't fit into.
Susan Sarandon, Meryl Streep, Marion Cotillard all talked about themselves as not wanting to describe themselves as feminists. They talked about themselves being humanists, and there was a huge backlash, particularly to Marion Cotillard, wasn't there, by those saying, well, how can you say you're not a feminist?
I think it's been very difficult for a long time. There's been a lot of PR against this whole idea that you won't be considered attractive or you'll be considered too radical to be taken seriously. One of the things I'm excited about is that's changing, and I agree with you about the Feminism in London conference. It's one example of many of women organising a whole manner of different events that actually are radicalising and including women of all different backgrounds. One of the beauties of feminism is that it's grassroots. The whole point is you don't necessarily have to have, and in fact probably shouldn't have, a hierarchical structure or one leader.
Then why are they censoring prominent feminists?
Well, I think you can't take one conference and say, this is, I want it run this way.
Julie Bindel, for example. Julie Bindel is a great example of a feminist who's been very active and very outspoken, and she's banned from conferences around the country.
She's a fan. I'm a big fan of Julie Bindel, and I've been involved in running Weekend the Night, and we've had her speak for us many times. You can't take, what you have to do is go, look at all the amazing stuff that's going on. Some people are speaking at different ones because of different politics, of course, but that's because the movement is broad. You can't have an agreement amongst 50% of the population. It's just not going to happen. What you can have is debate, and you can have people who, like Julie, who are going to be absolutely right for one crowd, who are going to divide others, but that's the beauty of feminism. It allows us to actually grow and learn together. It's an evolution.
I think you've actually hit the nail on the head about why women aren't associating as feminists, because you're right.
I didn't say that.
It's very like you said, it's very difficult to get 50% or more of the population to agree to one thing, and feminism is political, and at the moment it's the arm of a left-wing ideology. They're calling for anti-austerity, they're calling for things that a lot of more conservative women, more libertarian women, more independent thinkers just can't fit into.
But people like Beyonce, I would totally disagree with you. I actually do think austerity hits women hard. I think a lot of women who are traditionally not necessarily part of the movement are noticing that and coming towards like an awakening on many levels because they've been treated so badly. But you've also got conservative feminists of huge status like Beyonce, who's very much about, I can have as much money as men, I can take as much space.
Beyonce isn't conservative.
But then we've heard from the stars of the films, Hollywood stars saying, Emily Blunt, for example, Patricia Arquette saying, no, this isn't right. We are not getting paid the same. We're not getting paid the same. There aren't female directors.
This is my
financiers saying, we will give you the money.
is just doing a huge thing at the BFI this week about her institute trying to change these things.
This is the number one reason that I personally can't associate with feminism, because especially in the West, what feminism is attacking is not violence on women and not violence on women across the globe. It's focusing on things like the gender pay gap, which the Office of National Statistics has proven is not true for women between the ages of 20 and 40. It's focusing
the gender
on
pay
things,
gap is just under 10%, isn't it? 9.4%.
If you start taking in the reasons why there's a gender pay gap, like women choosing to work less hours and women choosing to take time off, and the pay gap basically disappears. And lots of feminists like to say, well, we need to protect women because women aren't capable of making their own choices. They're not. Yes, they are. They're saying we're not capable of choosing to take the same route that some of our male counterparts are. In which case women are actually more likely to be promoted and more likely to make more money. But a lot of feminists say if you don't fit into that very particular field where you can't make other choices, then we don't want to accept you. We're going to no platform you. And there was a time.
It's very strange that you are lumping quite specific things into all feminism. It's like you're doing exactly what you're accusing feminists of doing. You're saying, well, blanketly, all feminists do this. I mean, actually, as I was saying,
never said all feminists do that, but I'm saying that
you're using it as a blanket word, just feminists. And I was personally,
when you have celebrities who decide to take on feminism and make themselves the voice of feminism, you have to understand that those are your political leaders. In the same way that people won't be conservative because of David Cameron, or they won't be Labour because of Jeremy Corbyn, when Lena Dunham and Emily Blunt come onto the stage and they say, we're feminism, this is what it means, and you have big conferences, no platforming people, it makes it impossible for other
but we also have big conferences where we are.
No, that's cool, man. Free speech has had to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Be against free speech, it's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Fuck enlightenment, it's got to go. Hey, hey. I don't have a big dick. I don't have a big dick. I can't suck myself. Milo can suck his own dick.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm not gonna leave, dude. No.
Get the fuck out.
Why should I leave?
Motherfucker, get the fuck.
Hey, don't touch my stuff, man.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You're not fucking welcome here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not welcome.
Take your whole crew, fuckboys here. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, we're gonna have an orgy afterwards.
I'll see you guys at work, motherfuckers. I'll see you guys at work.
Why are you so angry?
Both of you are, all of you are motherfuckers. You know, motherfucking fuckboys. Get the fuck out of here. You shit. All you guys are pieces of shit, man.
Why are we pieces of shit?
Because you misogynist pricks.
Why are we misogynists?
Because you support a motherfucker who makes race threats against me.
No, where has he said that? Where has he said that?
All the fucking time.
No, give me an example. Give me an example.
No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck me. Okay, that's pro-enlightenment.
Go home and fucking blow your fucking brains out, man.
What, you want me to kill?
Go blow your fucking
Why should I
brains
kill?
out, man.
Why should I?
Because you're a fucking piece of shit.
Why am I a piece of shit?
Because you exist. Because you were aborted.
Oh.
Fucking kill yourself,
Okay.
man.
I love you, man.
Kill yourself.
Jesus loves you.
Fuck yourself.
Jesus
Fuck
loves you.
too, man.
Fuck Jesus.
Fuck out of here, motherfucker.
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
What do you think about cologne? What do you think about cologne?
Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker.
Do you know what happened in Germany?
Fuck out of
No,
here.
I'm trying to ask you a question. I love you. I love you, man. I love you.
Fuck out
I love
of
you.
here.
Why?
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not gonna leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not gonna leave, man.
Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I love you.
Get the fuck
love
out of
you,
here,
man.
motherfucker.
Get
the fuck.
I love you too.
Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off campus. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking pieces of shit. All of you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Why are you so angry?
Get the fuck off campus. Right the fuck now. Get the fuck out of
Why are you
here.
so angry? I love you, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off of here.
Why?
Get the fuck out of here. Because we don't want your ass here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Take you and the rest of your fucking misogynist fuckboys the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No, you don't have a single right to fucking.
I don't have a right to.
Because you're a misogynist fucking prick. And your birth was a fucking accident. Get the fuck out of here.
It was an accident.
Get
That's
the
true.
fuck out of here.
So,
yeah, you probably should have been aborted.
Probably.
I mean, like, the best part of you probably would kind of crack your mom's ass. So, yeah,
Maybe, I don't know. My mom likes Trump.
get the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck off.
So only people that
Fuck
agree with you
off.
are allowed to speak.
Fuck off.
All right, thank you, sir.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Do you understand that? You're not welcome here.
No, that's fine.
Do you get that?
No, this is free speech, man. I can do wherever I want. This is public space.
I know, but you see what happened to
Yeah, the reason I'm here is I'm fighting fascist, left-wing, cultural Marxists like these people. I didn't know that. My bad. What?
I am a left-wing cultural Marxist.
Right. Yeah. I think your ideology is wrong. I think your ideology is wrong. Are you for the First Amendment? In certain circumstances. Holy shit! You only believe in free speech in certain circumstances? Oh my god, that's terrifying, man. So like North Korea?
Look at
like China?
Look at the history of our country. It's been that way the entire time. They're saying no more hate speech.
Okay, what has Milo said that is hate speech?
He compares Black Lives Matter to the Ku Klux Klan.
What? Well, they are the Ku Klux Klan for black people.
We're not hanging white people.
No. They're saying you should kill cops. No, let's have a discussion, man. Don't you want to have a discussion?